friends since middle school, our next guests took their love for their culture and roots and brought that passion to their coffee company, Calaca Coffee. Joining me now are co-owners Christian Soto and Jose Rodriguez. You guys, thank you so much for joining us here on Live Today.
Thank you for having us today.
Yeah, so you guys have been friends since middle school. I want you to touch on this, so I know you guys have been friends and had a couple different businesses. We're going to get to the coffee, of course, but tell me about how you guys met and how you've been in contact all this time.
So we met in middle school and carried our friendship throughout high school and college. Throughout the whole time, we always had this entrepreneurial spirit in which we wanted to create something, but being broke students, we never were able to take it out of the computer.
So you eventually turned to coffee, and when did your love of coffee begin?
I think it just started when we were young, like, you know, being Mexican-American, there's always café de olla, which is an inspiration of our cold brew that we have. So it started at a really young age. You know, we always ate it with pan dulce. So it started at a very young age, and then once we kind of, you know, hit our adolescence, you have to go to work and you know, do college and all that. You know, you need caffeine. So that's when it really took off.
You said your love for coffee started at a young age. Tell me, you know, how you remember your family. What is like a special memory you have about having that cafe when you were younger?
Definitely at my grandmother's house, late night conversations with family, with over pan dulce, a little coffee after dinner, as like almost a dessert.
So you're bringing it from your grandmother's home to our home. Tell me how Calaca Coffee was born and how you guys decided to make it a business.
Yeah, so basically it was just during the pandemic, and you know, since we both loved coffee, there was nowhere to go. You know, a lot of our favorite coffee shops were shut down, so we kind of started looking for somewhere, exploring our options, how to, you know, bring the community together in a safe environment. So that's when we kind of found a lot, and we just kind of transformed it. We worked out of a trailer, and we just kind of started selling our coffee.
The community comes together, you see everyone rallying behind coming. What did it feel like to you to see people come and enjoy that coffee?
Honestly, we were very, very surprised in how well people were supporting our business and being in an outdoor space and allowing people to gather. We also had a few markets, small markets, in which small other businesses were able to sell where they weren't able to sell in other markets.
So you guys are working together. What is it like having a business? I know you said you guys have done a couple things, and this has really taken off. What is it like working together as two best friends?
It's interesting because I always make this joke that at one point we see ourselves more than we see our girlfriends. So it's good because we kind of complement each other. You know, Christian's really good at kind of the operations and kind of recipe, and I'm kind of more of the online and marketing side, so we kind of complement each other, so it's kind of easy where you don't have to worry about, you know, if we have to, you know, who has to do what. We kind of already know what our roles are, so it's really good because we kind of just complement each other.
It's natural. You guys are just able to be in your flow.
Exactly.
Well, it smells so delicious in here. I wish everyone at home could smell just how good these coffee beans smell. You're going to do a little demo, so take me through what you're going to make for us today.
So basically we're going to show you how easy it is to make our café de olla. So our café de olla cold brew kit comes with 2 bags. There's already one in here. And then, so it comes in here. It's as easy, just throw the bag in there.
And this is an at-home kit that anyone can buy,
anyone
right?
can, so you could just, you know, in a mason jar, whatever you have. And then if you use room temperature filtered water, you're going to get the best results. So you just fill that up.
And so it's just like a big tea bag, but it's coffee. And why do you need room temp versus cold? Because you would think cold brew, cold coffee.
Yeah, so basically that is because if you use cold temperature, it's going to take a lot longer. So you can use cold water, but it's going to leave it about an extra hour.
Okay, so room temperature water for the best brew.
Yeah, and then just
how long does that sit for?
16 hours.
16 hours,
yeah.
Okay.
And then you're going to get a very good cup of coffee that's not acidic and usually a lot stronger.
So you can do it the night before and kind of just let it sit. You're getting ready for the next day. Have that prepped, and then you just fill a cup with ice. Yeah, fill the cup with ice, and then.
You can also use add any creamer or alternative milks that you prefer. Even add some sweetener if you like.
How do you guys like it? Just plain cold brew?
I like it straight. Yeah.
Straight back.
Yeah.
And this is strong, right?
Yes, it's really strong.
Okay, we're gonna taste.
So you should definitely get like the cinnamon, chocolate notes.
Yes, this has a lot of flavor notes coming through. You definitely taste the cinnamon right off the nose. I love coffee. I'm a big coffee drinker, and luckily for everyone, the Coffee Festival, San Francisco Coffee Festival is coming up this weekend. There's going to be over 25 roasters participating. Tell me a little bit about the event.
Yeah, so coffee, SF Coffee Fest is a really good event just to get out there and kind of explain. If you love coffee, it's a good place to go. You get to try out amazing roasters from all over, not the Bay Area, but California. There's also a lot of like smaller companies that kind of coffee adjacent, so a good place to find gifts for people for the holidays that are coming up. Support, a lot of small businesses are going to be there.
I love it. Okay, well, before I let you go, if you had some advice for some people that wanted to start a business or someone that wanted to go into business with their friends, what advice would you give?
We get that asked a lot. I think dedication.
Find something that you love and then just start. You're always like, when we first started, we didn't have, the bags that you see today are not the bags that we started with. You just you get started and you kind of keep improving little by little. And then that way you kind of get a lot of feedback. You kind of get like, hey, I like this, I like that. So honestly, just getting started is the best process. And then just figuring out the quirks.
And always the friendship first.
And always
right?
the friendship first.
Yeah,
Yes.
so let's cheers to that. Cheers to friendship. Cheers to coffee. Cheers to you guys. Thank you for joining us here on Live in the Bay. Stay right here after the break. We will have a look at what's coming up on tomorrow's show. Live in the Bay is back in just 60 seconds.